Hi, I'm Jessie Lee here at Inked Circus Tattoo Expo with Tom.
How you doing?
So introduce yourself.
I am Tom DePriest from Denver, Colorado, and raised in between Denver and Los Angeles.
What shop are you at?
I am at Sideshow Tattoo in Georgetown, Ontario. Long story, I married a beautiful Canadian, and here I am. She's the shop owner, not my shop. I just work there.
Awesome. What type of tattoo style do you specialize in?
Photorealism and portraiture.
Oh, that's awesome.
I got the pleasure of working with all the old school greats, Jack Great, Brian Everett. Brian Everett is my mentor and taught me everything I know about portraits.
That's awesome. Do you remember your first tattoo you ever did?
Yes, I do. It was actually this tattoo when I was 14 years old in my kitchen with a homemade tattoo machine.
So you tattooed yourself?
Yes.
Oh man, that's great. What would you consider as your worst tattoo? Tattoo experience or tattoo or something you just didn't want to do? Just something that
There's things that I won't do now. This December 9th will be 30 years. And
Oh wow.
I'm old.
No. Young at heart.
There's things that I won't tattoo after tattooing. Anything with a message of hate.
Good. That's good.
I won't tattoo just because. And I will not tattoo anybody below their wrist or above their neck unless you have a full sleeve or you're over 27 years of age.
That's actually really great. There's a lot of people that are so young, they get like their neck tattoos, their first tattoos. What are you doing? Or like inside their fingers. I'm like, what are you doing?
Absolutely. I don't want to be responsible for closing a door in a young person's face, and I wouldn't do that to my own daughter or my son. So I wouldn't do that.
Good. What would you consider as your best tattoo moment?
My best tattoo moment was when Brian Everett took me. He used to, if he was mad at you, he'd be like, let's go have some coffee. Okay, so he's like, let's go have coffee. And I'm like, what did I do? Did I fuck up? No, that was good. And Brian took me over and he slammed this book on the table at the IHOP in Albuquerque, New Mexico. He's like, do you know what this is? And I'm like, it's a fucking book. That's what it is. And he says, it's my appointment book. I'm so busy that I want you to take over my local appointments.
Oh man.
And
That's
when he couldn't,
amazing.
and I cried a little bit.
Oh.
I cried. Another moment that sticks out is I did a portrait of Willie Nelson. Went to the Willie Nelson concert. His people called me backstage to meet Willie. And he said, I've seen a lot of portraits of me done, but that by far is the best. He signed it, we ran back to the shop and tattooed it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was cool. He made me smoke a joint with him. And, I didn't even smoke weed and I was wrecked for the rest of the night.
So if you were to pick a place as your dream place to tattoo, maybe somewhere you've already been and you want to revisit, or like some place that you want to visit, like some place that you've always dreamed of going, or like a shop that you just want to work in, or a tattoo artist you want to work near, like what would be like your dream place to go to?
A tattoo convention. Because that sums it up all in one. I'm home here, I'm in my element. It's good to see all these young, new, badass tattoo artists. It's like they were born with tattoo machines in their hand. And it's very humbling to watch guys that are tattooing for 2, 3, 4, 5 years pulling off the stuff that they're pulling off. And I'm glad that I feel privileged that, I'll say it because I've earned it, that I helped pave the way for that.
So what advice do you have for like the newer generation of tattoo artists?
Try everything, because a lot of people, I've heard it so many times, like portraits aren't my thing. How do you know they're not your thing if you've never tried them?
Exactly.
Don't be afraid to grab a friend and practice on them. Tattoo, tattoo, tattoo. If something makes you feel uncomfortable or you know is outside of your comfort, don't do it. But you won't know if you can do it until you try.
Exactly.
It's like,
I mean, you could be amazing at it and not even know it. You know?
Absolutely. It's like trying out food. My son's always like, I don't like it. How the fuck do you know? You never tried it. Put it in you. Oh, I love it. Okay, cool.
That's funny. So when you were first starting off as a tattoo artist, before you were a tattoo artist, Who was your biggest influence to get you into tattooing, or like the style of tattoos that you're tattooing? Like, who was your biggest influence that comes to mind?
Brian Everett and Jack Rudy.
Awesome.
And I got to work with both of them. So.
That's so great.
If you work for Brian Everett, you're by proxy working with Jack Rudy. Because everywhere that Brian goes, Jack goes.
That's awesome. Do you have anything you're working on this weekend at all?
Actually, I took a break to come do this interview. I'm doing a nice pirate piece, pirate girl that I actually threw together on my first time working on an iPad. Technology is amazing.
I know, right?
And having a blast doing it. New technology too is the way that it's stenciled through a inkjet printer. I'm drawing a stencil by hand, and Dominic comes over and says, "What the fuck, you paid your dues, why are you drawing that by hand? Let me take you over and did a stencil like that." I'm like, fuck, amazing.
It's amazing, right?
Yeah.
Like how crazy technology has become.
It's crazy. I swore I would never use a tattoo pen, ever. I was an old school coil guy. I'm like, tradition. I tried one and I was like, I haven't picked up a coil machine in 6 months now.
Yeah, I got a tattoo pen 2 years ago by Smeek. He did this, and it was like my least painful tattoo ever. I was like, this is
amazing.
so great.
It's amazing because the technology is, there's no resistance. It's going home. It doesn't, like a coil machine has resistance. It's a leaf spring. It hurts.
Yeah, like I'm getting older, so it's like I don't want tattoos to hurt as much, and they hurt more the older you get.
Oh God,
Sucks so bad.
Oh God, I could sit all day, like 5 hours, no problem. Now 5 minutes, I'm like, fuck you.
Right?
This shit hurts.
So do you have anything to plug, like your Instagram, your Twitter, appearances?
Yeah, I'll plug. Check me out. Hashtag Instagram, African_tattoo. TAT2. The reason African is because I'm half black. Yeah, seriously. See these motherfuckers?
Is there like any appearances that you're at after this expo?
This is actually, I gotta give my hats off to Dominic and Andrew Kitt for putting on this first show. This is my first tattoo convention that I've done in Canada. I've been here almost 10 years. And my first show as a promoter that puts on shows in the States. I'm very, very impressed, and this was a good first time to get back into it. Now I'll be over in Canada.
It's a really good vibe. I'm having so much fun this weekend. It's like the most fun I've ever had at a tattoo convention.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's pretty
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me.
Thank you.
Have a good rest of your day.
You too.
Bye.